right, we're going to call this meeting to order at 10 after 3. Everyone please stand. God, we praise you for this day. God, we have so many things to be thankful for. God, thank you for giving us good health, Father. And God, we pray for those who are not in good health, God. I pray you just continue just to, God, heal them, God, and God, just raise them from their sick beds, Father. And God, most of all, we thank you for our soldiers, Lord, that's out protecting our country and our freedom, God. Continue to bring them safety and bring them home, Father. And God, most of all, I pray for the Cherokee Nation. Lord, I pray that you continue just to bless our leadership. God, just speak wisdom. And God, be with this legislative body, Lord. God, just guide and lead us, Father. And God, most of all, we thank you for your Son for dying for all of our shortfalls and falling short of your cross, Lord. God, continue to be with us, and we praise you for all these things. Amen.
Amen.
Do roll call, Michelle?
Yes, sir. David Watkinson.
Honey.
Brian Warner.
Honey.
Will England.
Honey.
Keith Austin.
Here.
Carly Buzzard.
Here.
Joe Bird.
Honey.
Sean Crittenton.
Honey.
Mike Dobbins.
Here.
Frankie Hargis. Wanda Hatfield. Rex Jordan.
Here.
Dick Lay.
Here.
Mike Shambaugh.
Here.
Mary Bakershaw.
Honey.
E.O. Smith.
Here.
Denise Taylor. Here. Victoria Vasquez. We do have a quorum.
All right, thank you, Shay. Here, a motion to approve the minutes of October 23rd, 2017.
Make a motion, they be approved.
Motion, second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Down in reports, Ms. Diane Kelly, we're going to make an amendment to your report where vocational ed is first, but we're still going to leave Job Corps and Career Services in there since that's under your realm.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
The Career Services Department will be participating in the college career night at Sequoia High School tomorrow evening. Our vocational programs, John Overacker and George Roach, will be up there. We will have a follow-up meeting. I think you saw my education report. It showed where we met up at Hastings Hospital about a month ago on IT and also the positions that are going to be needed for the new health facility. With Connie resigning, I'll be getting with Chuck and we'll be getting that set back up because we need to have a follow-up meeting. That's what we had agreed on so that we can get some of the training going in-house. We were working on developing an in-house facility with our surge tech and expanding some of that. So we need to get that off my center as well. So we'll be working on that and I'll get with Chuck on that. Working with health on some other areas. We have a corporate review coming up over at Talking Leaves Job Corps. Scott Otten and his evaluation and compliance group will be over there tomorrow along with some of our directors, and they'll be working on a corporate review that we have to do as part of our contract with Job Corps. Wanted to introduce John Crittenton. John Crittenton is the new vice chairman for the region. We had a meeting in Tulsa last week and they elected new officers and he was elected as the new vice chair for the region. And John's worked with us. He came over through our day training program when it very first started, and he has a college education. He was one of these people that started out in that program. He's been working with Jeff Vance and he's been working on our database and very knowledgeable on our programs. And he's been working on 2 other areas with our department. So I just wanted to introduce John Crittenton to you.
Congratulations. Good job, John. Appreciate you.
We lost Chris Thompson, Speaker Bird. Chris was with us out at Milwaukee. Well, Chris
He's good. He got
finally
reassigned,
got his
right?
degree in health education or something like that area. And Brian Hale stole him from us up at Hastings, so he went to work for Hastings. And then we moved some people around in the department. One of the people that's coming over from Job Corps back over to Career Services with us is Ashley Morton. And Teresa Katz-Savis, who was one of our adult education teachers down in Salisaw, is moving over to career counseling with Isaac Bernarski in Salisaw. And then we have a new counselor in Tulsa who came to us from the Wagner Chamber of Commerce. Met with her last week, Ashana Mills. She is going to be working with Brenda in the sector partnership and economic development with Daryl. So we've got a few people that's moving around in our department and a lot of good things going on. So that's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Diane, you've always been successful at training up people. You're what they call a leader of leaders. So,
Well, 40 years here has helped a lot too.
well, there's been, I know Frankie Hargis was one of your proteges and one of your mentors, and who else was it that fell under your program that's went on to do big things?
I don't know, I just have to look.
Yeah.
Todd Hembry was one of our interns. Lisa Trice was one of our interns.
Lisa, Marsha Lamb,
Yeah.
you got,
Yeah, Marsha, I hired
Barbara
Marsha.
Foreman. Really?
Yeah.
The list goes on and on, huh?
A lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Keep with good work.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
appreciate you.
Sorry, I have to leave. I've got a workforce meeting in Muskogee that Jay Littlejohn and I have to attend, and so I won't be here.
Well, happy Thanksgiving if we don't see you before then.
Oh, same to you. Thank you.
Alright.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Sounds good.
just Monday.
It's just Monday. Executive Director's Report, Mr. Ron Etheridge.
Good afternoon. We're going to pass these around. We'll start both sides. Flyer's the same, the top is different. And what we're passing around is our career services that Diane mentioned, college and career night that we will have tomorrow night here in Tahlequah, 5 o'clock. I think it's 5:30. And anyway, 2 years ago,
College and career.
we had 200 people there in participation. Last year, something happened. We had conflicts, and we didn't have near as many. But the reason we have to schedule it in the gymnasium, we have another thing going on in the anyway. So the gymnasium's the best place for us to have this. A lot of questions are answered, and so any of your people that are out there that's in your respective areas that you can send this way, please do so, because we can answer a lot of questions a whole lot easier than, and of course we're naturally going to answer questions by email and by phone and so forth, but this helps us with deadlines and you know, we're able to kind of get the word out. The colleges are present. The meeting up north will take place on the 30th, and it will be held in Veneta. And so, as the brochure that you got there shows you, we will be dealing with a few different colleges because of the location and the students that they cater to. So anyway, both meetings will be good meetings. And last year we were not able to have that meeting up north. So hopefully we'll have the numbers out there to merit going back next year. And so anyway, there will be, it's good. Any of you that want to attend, we'll make sure, we'll recognize that you're present, and we'd love to have you there. So just to let you know that. The next thing we got tomorrow night, that we have a robotics training and kickoff that will take place in the Tribal Services Conference Room, just right up the hall here in the complex. And we'll have the kickoff on that. And robotics is getting bigger and bigger throughout Cherokee Nation. And so, we want to help your students get started. We had 9 go to the national meet last year. They have to qualify here in state before they get to go. But and we want to make a big deal of it. So we got that going on as well. Let you know the deadline for our renewal on our scholarships, which is going to be the 28th of December, and we'll kind of talk about that tomorrow evening as well. But what we have to have, this one's an easier one. I mean, we don't have near the problems with this one that we do the first one, because what they have to do is get us their transcript or provide for us the fact that the transcript is forthcoming, and maybe the institution is just a little bit lax in getting it out. I mean, and sometimes that happens because, well, you know, with technology, anything can happen. So anyway, they have to provide that for us, and then their community service hours, which they're all required to get 20 hours. And so we have to have those documents. And when we have those, then we automatically renew, and they're ready to go for the next semester. Now, the transcripts, of course, has to show that grades are sufficient and they're passing and they're able to move on to the next level and so forth. So anyway, that's coming up. Something new, and the treasurer kind of put us in contact with this outfit. It's called MLT, and we're still learning ourselves. Management Leadership for Tomorrow. We've had an outfit out of Baltimore, Maryland contact us, and what they do is a career prep program where they try to place students, and it's outstanding students, students that have to, we're getting ready to send out a blast kind of here very soon. It's our sophomores and juniors and so forth on up that maybe want to be placed out there in respective areas, you know, and it's very tough as far as the job market's concerned anyway. And I'm gonna give you a prime example. We had a position, an outreach position that we advertised and getting ready to fill, and we're working with HR in the process right now. I told Jennifer to screen it down to 3 and let me know, and then I would come in and we would interview the 3. Well, she responds back, and it was a kind of a long distance matter. I think that's when I was in Milwaukee. She said, we have 5 with a master's. I said, we have 5 with a master's seeking the position. And she said, that's correct. And I'm going to tell you what it amounts to. A couple things. I mean, we you know, a lot of times people do not want to move. And they won't leave their geographical area, and so that's why you have the competition that you have for a job such as this. But this is in the field that we go out and we recruit and help kids understand, you know, what we're doing. And so anyway, I mean, so with 5 with a master's, I mean, surely we can come up with a good one. But I think this program, this MLT, will help us when we have these kids that are in search, you know, for placement, job placement, provided they're willing to move and go out there and get it. So anyway, we're working with this outfit and feel real good about it. We have 30 applicants at this point in time, or last Wednesday we had 30. The deadline was yesterday for the remember the removal bike ride. Last year we had 44 applicants, so we should be close. I mean, sometimes we have those that wait till the end before they get everything in, and so, but anyway, I talked to Dr. Sly just a little bit ago, and she told me we had 30 as of last Wednesday. Didn't have the final count. Those of you that were able to attend, we had a good ceremony last Thursday for the veterans, kind of an add-on to the program that took place in the Veterans Center, and this is kind of the first year for that. And there was other departments that joined us, and we were able to kind of, you know, have a feed for the veterans, and then some activity out there. And it was a good time. It was a real good time. Seeing a lot of smiling faces. Our show choir just won the best pop recording, the Native American music at the Native American Music Awards. So wanted to announce that. Now, is Mr. Qualls, is he made it here yet? So I told him that if he could not make it, that I would give his report. Is it okay for me to go ahead and give that, and then we'll open the floor for questions?
Is there any questions for Mr. Etheridge? Yes, Harley?
Ron, who is the, I'm not sure we're getting this information at J schools on some of these activities, because I inquired with the superintendent. Do you know who our contact is? I thought it was the superintendent.
Okay. As far as
Well, as far as the deadline for scholarship, removal bike rides, robotics, STEMs, and the MLT program.
Okay, now,
How do we do this? How are we doing it?
well, most of it's online, but if they need to contact, our contact usually with the schools are through the counselors, as far as
Oh, the student, okay,
through your counselors.
okay.
Now, we send, things to the superintendent of schools, I mean, they get information as well. I mean, there's things that are more pertinent to the, the counselors than the superintendent. So it would be, one
So
of the
you do
two.
CC that, or
Yes,
if you don't, I wish you would.
yes.
CC the
Well, we
superintendent.
try
The other thing, who's the contact person for robotics now? Who would they call?
Daniel Faddis.
Okay, that's right. I thought that's who it was. And I guess we could just call the 453-5000 number and ask, or do you have a?
Right, I do not have, I'll email you that.
Okay,
I'll
now,
make
does
sure.
that also include the STEM projects too, or are we still involved with that?
Yes, yeah, and of course, Dr. Sly works with that as well.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you bet.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Shaw?
Thank you. I have a question on the college and career night. I noticed Oklahoma State University isn't involved. Would you know, were they invited? Are they just not wanting to participate? And I'm particularly concerned since OSU's College of Health Sciences is going to help us with our medical school here in Tahlequah. And so I would think they would have a particular interest in wanting to show up on this college and career night.
I have to check, I have to get back with you. I would almost be certain that they were invited. I don't know if there's a conflict with what's going on or not, but I'll confirm it and get with you.
It's even my understanding they actually have a representative that's residing in Tahlequah right now, so.
Most generally, they are. They're
Yeah.
present, and I didn't even notice that, so.
Thank you.
Councilman Crittenton?
Mr. Etheridge, got a community meeting. Is there still going to be someone from education there tomorrow night?
Yeah, I thought about you. We'll make sure we get someone there.
That's always a popular one.
Yeah.
Also, Bell School wants to be sure and get in line for the summer camp thing. I don't know when it's a good time to remind you of that or when they start.
Okay. Okay, and I'll make a note of that.
They did it a few years ago. Boy, a lot of people got some good out of that deal. Thank you.
Okay, you bet. Any other questions for me before I report on what Mr. Qualls has?
Mr. Etheridge, we'll make sure, co-speaker, remind me to announce this tonight.
Oh, okay.
Anything else we need to add to this? So we're good, we can announce this tonight.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm sorry. My wife said I can't multitask, and I think she's right. I was trying to make notes, and I
Good.
didn't.
So Mr. Qualls is not here?
No, now I'm gonna tell you why. He's a busy man today. We have, the BIE is in, with an annual, audit. That's done. I mean, it's pre-announced, everything. It's not one of those things that, we're well aware of it, knew it was coming and so forth. And so he's busy with that. And I told him, I said, if you cannot get down here, then I'm gonna kind of highlight your report, basically. You have, I think, in your packet, most of his report. And I want to give you some things that maybe you do not have, or some things that really stand out. Of course, this is Heritage Month, and so we'll have things go on not only here at Sequoia, but throughout your respective areas. And it's kind of neat what some of them do. So you might check with your schools, and I know a lot of you do because I hear about it from the school officials. I hear that you're checking with schools and stuff, and so that's good. And if you can probably get some interesting things and that's going on during this month. Drama, I don't know if this had happened I don't think it had since last meeting. They finished fourth in a one-act play, only the second year to compete in the one-act play. So really, that's outstanding. They had 2 that made All-State, which that's never happened before, and that being Caitlin Morton and Michael Linneberg. Both made All-State in that area. Cross country, I think he reported on that, but I don't know that he reported that he had 2 All-Staters. They had 2 All-Staters there, Kayla Harp and Aisha Robbins, and that made for 5 All-Staters in the fall sports, or fall activities. I said I don't think that one act plays a sport, but that made for 5 All-Staters. So the football team won last Friday night, and so we'll play at Berry Hill. And I do not know if it's second week. Usually they go to a Friday and a Saturday format. Is it, or does anyone know? Oh, it's not. It's just Friday. Okay, okay. It's the week after, I guess, that they go to that. So it's Friday night. And I'll answer any questions you might have about Sequoia High School.
Just a
Councilwoman
comment.
Shaw.
When's the first basketball game?
First basketball game is, I don't have the schedule. I'll find out, and I'll email you that. We'll make sure that you get that information. First basketball.
The football boys are in playoffs. They got Berry Hill this Friday at Berry Hill. The football
Right.
team.
Right, yeah.
So
That's,
you guys free, come out and support them. Someone else have? Yes, Councilman Warner.
Yes, I wanted to, President Faulkner at Carl Albert wanted to invite Leroy or anybody from Sequoia High School. Anybody here familiar with Last Chance Youth? It's a show on Netflix. It's about a small community college in Mississippi. And basically it's some of these guys, they're 5-star recruits that don't quite academically qualify. And it's their last chance, basically. And what makes the story so unique, it's a really good show to watch. It's interesting. The coach, they're national champions almost every year down there at that level. But they've got some really good recruits. But what really sticks out is a young lady by the name of Brittany Wagner, and she is spectacular. If you, she epitomizes what an academic coach would be. I mean, and she takes these, and we're talking some hard individuals that grew up in different areas, and you know, we know what it's like to grow up here rough in northeast Oklahoma, but when you get into the inner cities and stuff, that these kids, and they just cling to her. Well, we've got her coming down on November the 29th, Roland, at 11 o'clock at Podo, and she's going to speak, and she is dynamic. What she does, and to the point of I've even went to our superintendent, and I think some of the things that we've talked about is, you know, when you look at electives at a high school level, you've got the art, you've got athletics, and you've got these athletes a lot of times that I see that are in junior high, they're not going to make the field because of their grades. And that's the best thing that we could do is give them an hour, an elective that's academic coaching. If you call it tutoring, man, that just that snowballs into the negative. The new thing is this academic coaching and what she does. So we want to invite anybody and everybody, but he specifically wanted me to ask if somebody from Sequoia wanted to come down. It'd be really good. So that's November 29th at 11.
Okay,
Yep. Thank you.
you bet.
Yes,
Speaker.
Councilor Crittenton and Lisa Turtle will be at your community meeting.
All right, thank you.
Oh, okay, you got that. That's a good deal.
That's called
'Cause I
multitasking.
promise you, I couldn't have handled that. I mean, you and speak at the same time. I told you I can't multitask. Good deal.
All
He's a
right.
good one.
Okay. Any
Any
more?
other questions for Mr. Etheridge?
Mr. Etheridge, you're doing a good job.
Well, appreciate it.
You haven't been with us that long, but, well, it's been a year, hasn't it?
About 2 of them. They go by in a hurry. They go by in a hurry. But that's good. That's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Good
thank you.
report, Ron. All right, that's it.
He gave all the reports, didn't he?
Yep. Any announcements? Next meeting's December the 11th. Hear a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we
Motion, second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.